Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So in today's video I'm going to be addressing a few different things, going over a few different topics in this one video. So this is going to be my monthly favourites for the month of January. I'm hoping you're seeing this at some point early February, but who knows at this point. So yes, we're going to be doing January favourites. I'm also going to give you a tiny project pan update. I have two products that I want to update you on regarding the project pan, and I also want to do a bit of a roundup. So I tested a lot of new products in January and I want to give you a little bit more of my thoughts now that I've had more time to try them. So grab yourself a cup of tea. Mine is cranberry and raspberry or something like that. It's a fruit tea. So let's just dive straight on in. I'm going to start with the products that I've tested out this month. So I will link all of the videos down below where I have already spoken about all of these products, where I did my first impressions or wear tests or a haul. But this is what I think of these now that I've had a little bit more time to try them. So starting with Colourpop. My first video of the year was a Colourpop haul, and I specifically want to talk to you about these two products because these are the ones that I have reached for most. I've tested a lot of products this month and I haven't had time to test everything that I got in that haul, but in that video I tested out this palette. This is the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder palette. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so pretty. This is the one that I've been reaching for the most out of the three palettes that I got. And this was the one that I was I'm not sure if I'm going to use that all that much, but this is the one that I have been using the most. And I know I have a lot of pink eyeshadow on at the minute. This look will be coming soon. I'm not really a big fan of pink eyeshadow, which goes against that product and this one as well. So this is the Colourpop Super Shock Blush in the shade Chiffon. In that video I applied this as a blush. I applied this on my cheeks, but this as an eyeshadow, this is a little eyeshadow topper, just a little bit, or right across the lid with something else through the crease. Is absolutely beautiful. I have used the other Super Shock shadows that I got three other shades and I love them. They're very pretty, but this is the one that I've been reaching for the most, and it's not even an eyeshadow. So they are my two most used products from that haul. I will obviously still use the other products that I have and the other products that I got in that haul. I just haven't had chance to properly dive into them yet. So that is that. The next up was an e.l.f. haul. So I got the e.l.f. Lash and Roll mascara, and this has actually become my everyday mascara now. It lasts so incredibly well. It gives the longest length. So when I'm doing a look like this where I've got a lot of dark shadow on, I use something else and I will get to that. But this, for an everyday basis where I've just got maybe that Super Shock shadow across the lid, length, curl that lasts all day, this has been absolutely fantastic. I really rate it, and this was £6. If you are in the market for a new mascara and you want one that's lengthening but not too thickening, this one was absolutely fantastic. And then my top picks from the rest of the haul were the primer infused bronzer and blush. So the bronzer I picked up in the shade Forever Sunkissed, and the blush was in the shade Always Rosy. I have been using these like crazy. These have been pretty much my go-to for the last month since I got these. They've been so good, and I actually find that the primer infusedness of them does make them last really well all day. I do find that blush wears off on me. I mean, obviously not now, I've gone a little bit crazy, but the blush lasts so nicely. Then I also wanted to just quickly mention the CC powder. So this is the e.l.f. Camo powder foundation. I got this in the shade Fair 140 and in the video where I tested this out, I applied it with the little spongy thing, like so, but I have been using this so much this month as just like a regular setting powder. So I've either been taking like my Real Techniques setting brush and just setting like down this area here, down the center of my face, or I've been taking a really big fluffy brush, tapping into this very, very lightly and doing all over the face, and it has set everything in so nicely. It's given a little extra coverage, but it's more the setting powder of this. It just made everything look so blurred. It really, really is fantastic. And you can see how much I've used that by the imprint that is no longer visible. I really, really rate this. Highly, highly rate. It is worth noting, when I'm talking about powders, my skin is incredibly dry. So any powders, if I say that they're good, they are great. Basically, I am so picky with powders, like setting powders and things like that. I'm so picky, so just know that's a really, really great one. And then the last product that I wanted to talk about from that e.l.f. haul was the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This is in the shade Neutral Brown. I really rate e.l.f. brow products. You know my love affair with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And I really, really rate the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. This is in the same shade, but the tip of this is so fine that you can create those tiny little hair-like strokes. It's so quick, the colour is great, it lasts really, really well, so affordable, cruelty-free, all the good things. I think that this is a fantastic, fantastic brow pencil, and obviously really like easily accessible. Like, it's so easy to find just on the high street. That is all of the e.l.f. products I wanted to talk about. For the next video, the next like haul trying out video that I did was Essence, and in that video I bought this foundation but in a different shade, so I just wanted to mention that I got this in another shade. This is the Essence Stay All Day 16-hour long lasting foundation, and I went back to Wilko and I picked this up in the shade 08 Soft Vanilla. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today. I have really, really been enjoying wearing this, specifically mixed in with the Enquiry polyglutamic acid. I don't know where my lid has gone, but the Enquiry polyglutamic acid. Wow, that's a tongue twister when you are as caffeinated as I am. So 1 pump of this and 1 pump of the serum on the back of your hand, mix it together, apply it all over. It's so hydrating, it's just the right amount of coverage. This is a great colour for me. I have been absolutely loving that. And then set it down with that e.l.f. powder. You're on to a winner. For the concealer, I spoke about this in the video, and I blended out a second layer of the concealer with a sponge. And I have used this many, many times since that video. So this is the Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer, covering and caring. And I can't tell you what shade I got because I do believe it was on the little sticky thing. Yeah, couldn't tell you. It's a very light shade. Anyway, this blended out with a brush. And then if you need another layer, blend that out with a brush as well. Is absolutely fantastic. That's what I've got on today. Again, that wasn't planned. It's just the way my video filming schedule has gone. Really, really like it. I have very, very sensitive eyes, and this is a sensitive concealer. I don't find that many concealers irritate my eyes, but some do, so it's worth noting that this one does not. And then another 2 products from that video that I just especially wanted to highlight. The Caring Shine Vegan Collagen Lipstick. This was in the shade 202 My Mind. I've put a little bit of this over the centre of my lips today. Absolutely beautiful. Feels like a lip balm, just feels like you're putting like a Nivea lip balm on. Absolutely beautiful. Obviously the colour doesn't last all day, but really, really great. Then the 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Rosy Nude. I think I've used this pretty much every day since I got it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's the perfect rosy nude shade, like the name would suggest. Again, it's what I'm wearing today, but it's just the most perfect pinky nude, nothing sort of colour, and I've been absolutely loving it. So that is all of the Essence products that I wanted to talk about again. Then next up, a couple of days ago, I do believe, a video went up testing these two products out, and I have some more thoughts. So in that video I said that I didn't think that this really did very much. So this is the Revolution CC Swirl Primer, colour correcting primer, vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. In that video I was having a very bad skin day in terms of redness and sensitivity across my cheeks. However, I have continued to use this, and on days where I don't have that problem, I don't have that extra redness, I already have quite a lot of redness and sensitivity in my skin anyway, but it was especially bad on the day where I tested that, and like nothing was going to cover that. Like that redness needed a concealer or a colour corrector or something like that, not just a primer that happens to have that little bit of colour in it. However, I have continued to use this and I think it's great. It's so hydrating, and that is what I need as a gal with very dry skin. I need all of the layers of hydration. That's why I like that primer, and that's why I like adding in that serum into any foundation, but I've especially been enjoying it with that foundation. It just adds another layer of hydration and therefore makes your makeup last better all day. So I just wanted to say, I know I had a lot of redness in that video. I do think that it is a great primer. And then the mascara. This is the mascara that I'm wearing on my lashes today. I have been wearing this so much. It's either been this one or it's been the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, and they are very different mascaras. So the Revolution 5D Whip Lift Mascara is so incredibly lifting, so incredibly volumizing, dramatic, thick lashes, clumpy, some might say. I love a clump, but very different to the e.l.f. one. So depending on what your preferences are, I love both for very different reasons. If you want a clumpy lash, this is great. Does not smudge at all. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot stop going on about that. I've been telling everybody about it. It's great. Tea break. So for Project Pan updates, like I say, I have two. The concealer that I chose is completely empty. I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot of product left in this, but this is the Revlon Colour Stay Skin Awaken 5-in-1 Concealer. I wear this in the shade 005. Completely used up. It like reinflates itself, so it looks like there's product in there. I've squeezed and nothing else is coming out of this. I really love this concealer. I could not tell you off the top of my head if Revlon is cruelty free. If it is, I would definitely consider rebuying this. It was really nice. The only thing is, and I've said it 7 million times, the packaging is awful. Like, you have to, and I've done this action 7 million times on camera as well, you have to squeeze up the product, hold the tube whilst it's squeezed, and then jab it onto your face as you're applying the product. It is so annoying. There's so many better ways of presenting a concealer. This is not one of them. I hate the packaging, but it's a really great concealer. Blends out really nicely, but couldn't tell you off the top of my head if it was cruelty free or not. So depending on that, we'll tell you if I am repurchasing or not. I'll put it on screen. Is Revlon cruelty free? There you go, that's your answer, on screen. And then this is a really sad product, and we all need to just like take it down a minute. My Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My husband, my annoying husband, hoovered. He dared to hoover in my room. I don't know what had come over him. I couldn't tell you, but he crashed into my table with the hoover and this fell on the floor. And I said in the very first video that I was using this up because it already had a huge pan in the middle and I wanted to use it up because it would break. It's broken. And he was like, oh, don't worry, I'll buy you a new one. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is I needed to use it up. I needed to have that physical pan in the middle of it to show how much progress I was making. So that serves him right for trying to clean in here, like he will not do that again. So that's my 2 project pan updates, and then I only have a few favourites because obviously I've been trying so much and I've already mentioned those products. But aside from that, I wanted to mention these. So the e.l.f. Face Duo in the shade Guava. Now I have spoken about this blush on my channel so many times before. This is not a new product at all. However, Jen Phelps this month, I think fairly recently actually as this video is going out, like I've not been doing this very long, but it's absolutely blown my mind that I've not thought of doing this before. Dip into both of them. Dip into both. So let me just do this and show you on the back of my hand. If you dip into both colours, you get a beautiful, soft, glowy blush. So you get that amazing guava pink colour from the blush. Like that's why I bought it, for the blush, and I knew that this highlight wouldn't work for me. Dip into both. Like, why did that not occur to me? I don't know, but I'm saying it out loud now. So if it didn't occur to you either, mix them together. Apparently that's how you're meant to use them. Why didn't anybody tell me? And then for a hair favourite, and it looks like I haven't used this like at all, but I have. I've been using this every single time I wash my hair. So I wash my hair, I get out, and straight away I put like 4 pumps of this in the ends. I have very dry hair. I used to be blonde. I'm obviously nowhere near blonde now, but the ends are so dry that I need hydration. And I used to use a L'Oreal hair oil. Won't be using that anymore because it's not cruelty free. However, Aussie is now cruelty free, so I wanted to get something that I could use. So this is the SOS Save My Lengths 3-in-1 hair oil, and this is just a clear oil, and I did think maybe it might be this purpley colour, but it's not. It is just a clear oil, and yeah, I take like 4 pumps of that, put it through the ends of my hair, and then I let it dry a little bit, and then I brush it through, and the brush just goes through with absolutely no tangles. It just smooths through it so nicely. I've really been loving this. So it says that you can use it 3 ways: on wet, damp or dry hair. I did actually put an extra couple of pumps through the end after I'd curled my hair today to like help hydrate and separate out my curls, and I've really been loving it. So I wanted to mention that because I've mentioned that other L'Oreal one and I'm not going to use that anymore, but they are my favourites. Oh, another favourite, decluttering. I've posted 2 decluttering videos going through all of these drawers and chucking stuff away. I'm finding it so relaxing. Like, I get in from work and I'm sitting here and going through everything, talking to you about it, filming it as well, and I've just really been loving like throwing stuff away. I will also say that in those declutters, I don't know if I've mentioned, so I'll mention it here, I'm not just throwing these products in the bin. Any products that still have life left in them, I'm going to be giving to a women's shelter, and the products that are expired, I'm going to like wash them all out and take them to one of those recycling centres that they've got in Superdrug. So hopefully, I'm hoping nothing will end up in landfill, but the next instalment of that declutter, it's nearly an hour long, so grab yourself a cup of tea before you watch that one. But yeah, let me know what your favourites have been. Let me know if any of these products are your favourites as well. What has been your favourite product, your favourite release from the year so far? I feel like there's been so many makeup releases in like a very short space of time. There's lots of testing videos coming. You have been warned, but until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!